Hello, Year 4 at Rhodes Avenue School and your teacher, Miss Bowery. My name is Alistair Humphreys and I'm the author of The Boy Who Biked the World books. Thank you for reading these books. I've also written Great Adventurers, which, if you're not very good at English, maybe you want to read in Chinese. How cool is that? Or Korean. I can't read Chinese or Korean, so I hope the translator's got everything right. It might look to you like I am speaking to you today from under my duvet, and that's true. I've also got, let me see here, my Scooby-Doo duvet. Why am I sending you a video from under my duvet, you ask? Well, the answer is I'm turning my new book into an audio book. So that means I have to read out my book, say it out loud, and then people can listen to it later through Audible. And to record something well, you have to try and make a place as quiet and muffled sound as possible. So I'm hiding under my duvets, which is quite sweaty on the hottest day of the year. So I thought I'd have a little break and answer your questions. Thank you for sending me the questions. By the way, these are the most artistic, lovely questions I've ever been sent, I think. So thank you very much. Right, I'm going to answer them now. What other adventures have you had except cycling around the world? I've rowed across the Atlantic Ocean in a little boat, and that's actually the book that I'm writing and reading and speaking at the moment. It's a sort of sequel to The Boy Who Biked the World. It's called The Girl Who Rode the Ocean. I've walked across India. I've walked through Spain playing my violin very badly. If you look on YouTube for My Midsummer Morning, you'll see me playing the violin very badly walking through Spain. I walked across the Empty Quarter Desert, also on YouTube, called Into the Empty Quarter. And then I've had lots of small adventures, which I call micro adventures. What was your favourite animal that you saw? Says Sienna. Please choose my question. Well, I just have. Favourite animal, since it's boiling hot today, I'm wishing I was in the sea, so I'm going to choose watching a whale leap out of the water, or dolphins swimming along the front of a boat when I was crossing the Atlantic Ocean. Kayla says, how many friends did you have along the way? Well, most of the trip I did all by myself, but every so often a few friends came to join me along the way, one friend at a time in different parts of the world, and it was so nice to have company for a couple of weeks. That was really lovely. Sia, Fantastic Rainbow, says, what's your favourite adventure film? Wow. There's an amazing film called Free Solo. Look on YouTube, maybe to watch the trailer at least. I don't know if you'll watch the whole film, but this is a guy climbing a gigantic cliff with no ropes. Totally crazy, very scary, amazing film. Free Solo. The one and only Ollie says, has this trip changed the way you react to nature? Wow. No one's ever asked me that question before, and I think that's one of the best and most important questions I've ever been asked. David Attenborough, the wildlife TV presenter, he says that we can only care about the things that we love, and we only care about the things that we know. And he says that for reasons to watch his nature programs. But for me, going to see different parts of the world has made me really care for preserving them. Hello again. Sorry, I got a phone call. That was annoying, but I'm back answering these fantastically illustrated questions. Minnie says, did your bike ever get punctured? Oh, I got a lot of punctures. Yeah, loads and loads and loads of punctures. But I actually also completely broke the bike 3 times, like the frame snapping. I got through loads of wheels, spokes on the wheels all snapping. Yeah, everything broke along the way at some point. Right, where's the next picture? Okay. Oh, this is cool. Hello, ni hao. Was it hard getting around when you only know English? Oh, I wish I could speak every language in the world. If you can learn more languages, that is such a brilliant thing to do. It's really frustrating and difficult only speaking English. But we are also lucky because loads of people in loads of countries do speak English, which is really helpful. But it's much nicer to speak to people in their own language. Samantha, what was your least favourite experience while you cycle around the world? Least favourite? Sore bottoms? Getting really sick sometimes? Once a dog stole my shoe and I had to chase it in one shoe. Getting chased by a three-legged dog that was trying to attack me for about 10 miles. It was very fast in China. Little children, annoying children, not like you, throwing stones at me in Ethiopia. Traffic, that's the worst. Big, busy road with loads of traffic. Ugh, got too many cars in the world, we need more bikes. How many friends do you make and are you still in touch? Fab Farab. Well, I made loads of friends. I probably made a little bit of a friend most days of the trip from just the new people I met and the conversations I had. But over time, I'm not really in touch with many. Actually, I had an email, a WhatsApp message this week, though, from a guy I met in Kazakhstan who now lives on a little island in Sweden. So I do hear from a few people, but not that many, really. A lot of the places I went, people didn't have phones or computers or emails, so it's hard to keep in touch then. Etta, where did you get all your supplies for sandwiches from? Well, as you know, I only needed bread and bananas, and you can usually find those most places in the world. So I would buy food in a little village, and then I'd cycle for a day or 2 days or 3 days till I got to the next village, and then I'd buy more. So it's just hopping from shop to shop along the way. What's the most dangerous run-in with an animal, says Ava? Well, other than the dog chasing me with 3 legs. Probably the most dangerous animals were up in Canada and Alaska. There were a lot of grizzly bears. And although I didn't have any actual problems with them, I had to be really careful about camping carefully and cooking a long way from your tent, storing your food a long way from your tent, not having anything that smelt delicious for bears in your tent, just trying to keep things away, because I certainly wouldn't want a bear rummaging around my tent. Louis says, why did you decide to cycle around the world? Well, it really came from reading books. I loved reading books, and I had then a lot of heroes. And my adventure heroes, they're the people I've written about in this book, which I can't read because it's in Korean. But this book is actually answers that question. Is my adventure heroes, the people who did crazy stuff that encouraged me to go and have adventures of my own. Emma says, did you actually find a scorpion in your shoe? Emma, I didn't actually find a scorpion in my shoe. No. But every day I would shake out my shoe in the desert because I didn't want to find a scorpion in my shoe, so just to be on the safe side. Emily, did you have any serious injuries from cycling around the world? No, not really. Cycling is quite gentle on the body, so I was pretty lucky on injuries. Your name's got chopped off this one. It's a cool picture. How did you survive in the deserts and the ice? Can you give us tips on how to survive? Well, actually, I'm sorry to sound like a teacher, but you've actually spelt deserts wrong, and you've written desserts. So what you've actually written is, how did you survive in the desserts? Which I quite like. Me struggling through a giant bowl of chocolate ice cream. How did I survive in the deserts? Simple, but not easy. Carry a lot of water and be very careful to ration it, to not waste it, and to make sure you know where the next place you can get water is. It's not complicated, but it is a bit risky, so yeah, just carrying loads and loads of water. And then, question from, I think, Ronnie, sorry if that's slightly wrong. Big question, are you making a sequel? Ah, well, thank you for asking, because yes, by the time you get back to school in September, you should be able to read my new book called The Girl Who Rode the Ocean, which is about Tom's sister Lucy, who gets a bit annoyed that Tom gets all the adventures and she decides to go and row across the Atlantic Ocean. And that will be coming soon. So I hope you might read that. Thank you very much for your brilliant questions. Thank you for your lovely artwork. And good luck with all of your own adventures. Bye!